Welcome to T1 Academy. In our reasoning series, we already finished all the different concepts. Mostly, we finished all the concepts. We are left with some of the few concepts. So, please try to watch all the previous videos, students, so that you will have a clear idea how we are dealing the subject and how we are learning the concepts. We are learning each and every concept from the basics. Right from the basic question to the tough question, we have discussed each and every concept, students. Not only reasoning, we have already finished the quantitative aptitude concepts. You can watch those videos also in our YouTube channel. From the basic concept, we discussed each and every concept with full clarity, and with the concept. We have discussed the questions based on the concepts as well as the shortcut tricks. So, please do watch all our videos so that you will have a clear idea how we are teaching the concepts. Not only these quant and reasoning subject, students, we are also having all the different types of GS examinations and all the types of questions even in our website also. Please do visit that one. You will have an idea. For free, we are giving the entire content. So, please do watch our videos and please visit our website also. Okay, now when it comes to this, our reasoning concepts, our next concept is based on statement arguments, students. Statement and arguments. So, what will happen in case of the statement and argument means, in this question, a statement is related to political, social and economic issues will be given. Mostly, they will give us statements based on the political, social and economic issues which are prevailing in our day-to-day life. You can see very much resemblances. Whatever the recent activities which was happening, on that only they will try to give the questions also, mostly. So, you should be prepared for those type of situations whenever you are preparing for any examination. Right now, the burning topic is, one of the burning topic is about the stray dogs, like that. So, we will have different and even on the election commission. So, these type of things you should keep in your mind while solving these type of questions or before going to the examination, so that you can make some predetermined answers by yourself and then go to the examination hall. That will be useful for you people. Okay. Now, we have to analyze the statement and arguments and then decide which of the arguments holds strong. Now, see here, students, here we are not going to judge what type of argument it is. We will not bother whether it is yes or no. Okay, we should not decide whether the argument is true or false. That is not our issue here. What our issue is, if you are telling yes, how strongly you are telling yes. If you are saying no, how strongly you are saying no. That is very important. Yes and no is not important for us here. How strongly you are telling yes or no. That is very important here. Please keep this thing in your mind. Again and again I am repeating. Here yes or no is not our answer. Our answer is, if you say yes, how strongly you are saying it as yes. If you say no, how strongly you are saying it as no. You should not put your general perspective into this case and write your answer. So, please be careful while answering these type of situations. Next, a strong argument is that which touches the practical and real aspect of the situation as described in the statement. Now see here, as described in the statement, not in our day-to-day life. You should read the statement and how it was portrayed in the statement. Accordingly, you should write your answer. Don't put any your personal thoughts into that one and try to write it. You should read the statement and it should say strongly yes or no regarding the statement only. Okay, next. A strong argument should give the realistic diagnosis of the situation described in the statement, as I have already told you. Also, strong argument must be both important and directly related to the statement. Always we decide the given argument is strong or weak based on the statement only, not on your personal perspective. That is very important. Next. A weak argument is very simple, superfluous and ambiguous. So, that means there will be no clarity in that one, or it is completely irrelevant from the context what the statement was mentioned. Those type of arguments we call them as weak arguments. Okay, may not be directly related to the statement. Yes, sometimes they may not be related directly to the statement also. Indirectly they may give us that type of things also. We will eliminate it. Maybe minor importance or may be related to the trivial aspect of the given statement. So, minor impact or something like weak argument, we will neglect it. Okay. See, I am not saying that completely irrelevant one we will neglect it. Sometimes what will happen is, even if there is a small relevance also, if it is weak, we will not consider it. That is the case here. Okay. Now, we will see the questions so that you will have more clarity what we are doing. Next, should polythene bags be banned in India. That is the statement for us. Should polythene bags should be banned in India. Now, no, the polythene bags are very cheap and very convenient. Yes, that is what many countries are doing. That is what many countries are doing. Now tell me, what is your answer for this one? Most of the students think that our answer is yes sir, we should ban the polythene bags in our country. Why? Because most of the, but that is wrong. Here we are speaking only about India, first thing. Next thing, the context, why polythene bag should be banned. Yes or no is not our answer. Already once again I am repeating, yes or no, it is your perspective. It should be yes or no, that is your personal perspective. Put that aside. If I say no, why? What is the reason behind that I am telling is the polythene bags are very cheap and very convenient. Yes, because of that reason we can say no. Why? Because that is a very strong argument. Yes, they are really cheap, right? And they are even very convenient also. Why? Because mostly they will be waterproof. Next, when it comes to yes, that is what many countries are doing. If other countries are doing, that is not a strong argument according to this situation. If one is doing, that means we should do that one. That will go into a weak argument, students. We will not take that as a strong argument. Why? Because there is no any scientific proof regarding these countries. Yes, it may be hazardous, that is secondary. But in this situation, here for me, no is having a strong argument. The reason for no is, it is very cheap and very convenient. So our answer here becomes no, not this yes. Once again I am repeating, yes or no is not our judgment or is not our answer. Here we should see which one is a strong argument here. Please be careful with that. Okay. And next one. Should women be given equal opportunity in matter of employment in every field? That is the given one. If I say this in a general manner, you will say yes. Yes, I too will say yes. But if you say yes, how strongly you are telling? If you say no, how strongly you are telling? That is very, very important here. Yes or no is not our answer. Once again I am repeating. Yes, they are equally capable. Are the men and women are equally capable in every field? When it comes to the physical cases, I mean physical strength, it is not possible, right? So that is not. Next, no, they have to shoulder household responsibilities too. Is it correct? No. Here actually speaking, both are weak, students. Both are weak. Both are weak arguments. So here none of the arguments is correct for us. Both the arguments are wrong for us. Both the arguments becomes wrong for us in this case. We will not consider both. Yes, they are equally capable. That is not a perfect strong argument. They might have at least told one or two reasons for that one. They have not mentioned that. Because of that reason, we are not considering it as a strong argument. They have to shoulder household responsibilities too. Why? If they do that one, what is the need of decreasing their what we can say opportunities? It is no need, right? So that one is by default false. So here no argument is strong for us here. Next, should metropolitan corporations be changed to public limited companies to enhance their efficiency and reduce expenditure? Now they are telling that we change all the government sector. Usually the context I want to tell means, should we change a public sector unit to a private sector unit? That is the one. We change it to public limited companies to enhance their efficiency and reduce expenditure. Yes, it will bring in commercial management and citizens would expect good services at reasonable rates. Yes, that is one. That is a strong argument actually. Next, no, it will end the local elections. See, do they anywhere spoke about the elections in the given statements? It will impact the local election because there is no elected corporator. That does they mentioned here? No, they didn't mention. So that one went wrong. So here only one is a strong argument. Only one is strong argument. Second one is not a strong argument for us here. Second one is not a strong argument for us here. Next one. Should fashionable dresses be banned? That is the situation. If you say yes or no, how strongly you are telling yes or no according to these arguments? Yes, fashions keep changing and hence consumption of cloth increases. Does it make any sense here, students? No, that is completely wrong. Why? Because that is a vague explanation or vague argument for us. It will increase the cloth consumption, they are telling. It is completely wrong. Next, no fashionable clothes are a person's self-expression and therefore his or her fundamental right. Yes, this is correct, right? It was their personal self-expression. So that is correct. So here only second is a strong argument. First one is not a strong argument. Only second one is the strong argument for me here. Only second one is a strong argument. Next, is monarchy better than democracy? Is monarchy better than democracy? That is the thing they are telling. Yes, if the chair has one confirmed ruler, there are no ambitious aspirants fighting for it. Is there any rule? Because of that reason, is that a strong argument for that one? For monarchy? Don't tell that monarchy is better or democracy is better. Here that is not the context. Here that is not the context. Here you need to tell yes or no based on the given argument, following it up. If the chair has one confirmed ruler, there are no ambitious aspirants fighting for it. That is completely not a perfect one or a strong argument for us. Earlier there used to be some monarchies. There also still there will be some people fighting for that chair. We all know. Right? So there is no such guarantee that if there is only one rule, they will not. That is a completely vague explanation. Next, no, people are more contented and happy in democracy. Yes, people are more contented and happy in democracy, right? Yes. So that is the reason. This is a strong argument for us. In democracy, usually people will be very happy than in monarchy. So that means here only second argument is strong for me. Only second argument is strong for me. I didn't tell based on whether monarchy is good or democracy is good. I said the answer based on the argument which they have given. How strongly or weakly they have given the arguments. Next one. Should there be a restriction on the migration of people from one state to another in India? So should there be any restriction in our country? Arguments 1. No, any Indian citizen has a basic right to stay at any place of their choice and hence they cannot be stopped. That is a strong one, right? Actually speaking. Any citizen has a basic right to stay at any place of their choice and hence they cannot be stopped. Yes, that is a strong argument for time being. Next. Yes, this is the way to effect an equitable distribution of resources across the states in India. Actually speaking, this one is also correct. Why? Because if people migrate to only one particular place, so usually the resources will be drained off. See all the metropolitan and cosmopolitan cities. See, here it is states, but I am telling in a case of metropolitan and cosmopolitan cities. So if all the people come to at one place, there will be shortage of resources, students. Because of that reason, people are facing many problems. So here actually speaking, both the arguments are strong for us. So here our answer becomes both are strong. Both 1 and 2 are strong arguments for the given statements. Both 1 and 2 are the strong arguments for the given statements for us here. Okay, next. Should seniority be the only criterion of the promotion? They are telling that should the seniority be the only criteria for the promotion? Only. Please see here, should it be the only criteria? That is the question. No, all senior employees are not interested in promotion. See, no is fine. No is fine. But all the senior employees are not interested in promotion. Because of this argument, this is a weak and vague argument. This became wrong. This became wrong. Actually, what happens is usually students see no, yes, based on only seniority we cannot give promotion. They will mark no. But what is happening is all the senior employees are not interested in promotion. This is the argument actually. Yes, no is not our problem. This is the one. So that is the reason it went wrong. Next, yes, otherwise senior employees feel humiliated. As they are feeling humiliated, should we promote them? Is this a correct approach? No, that one is also a weak argument. Just because of their humiliation, we cannot promote the employee, right? So that one is also wrong. So here, none follows. None follows or none of the argument is a strong one. None of the argument is a strong one. What happens is usually students, by seeing no and yes, if this is no, they will mark this as true. There is no rule that you should tell yes or no. Remember this one. Only one you should not choose. You can choose 2 or you can eliminate even 2 based on the how strongly they are giving their explanation for that one. Here no, they said okay fine, but how strongly all the senior employees are not interested in promotion. Is that a perfect one? Is that it is not the perfect one? What might be the reason means, yes, there will be some talented people, based on the talent or their efforts also they should be promoted, right? So that is the reason. But here they are telling a vague argument that all are not interested in. Who is not interested in promotion? Students usually. Most of the seniors definitely will expect a promotion, but he was telling that here they are not interested. Because of that reason that went wrong. Okay, understood? Here how strongly we are saying the argument, that is very important. Next one. Should promotions in the armed forces be made based on the seniority? More or less the same situation. In armed forces we should promote the employees based on the seniority. That is the case for us now. No, patriotism is the most important attribute for such promotions. Now see here students, when it comes to this soldier and this case, see the person who is joining in armed forces means obviously is the patriot. How you can measure the patriotism? Based on what? So that is a vague one, right? So once again, if you speak about patriotism means in this context that is completely wrong. Why? Because all the persons, whether they are juniors or seniors, whatever it is, all the people are patriots here. So there is no special once again advantage by giving based on the patriotism. No, patriotism is the most important. No, that is a vague argument. Next, no, once again no only. It would be an injustice to those juniors who are most deserving and suitable for higher positions. Yes, there will be some juniors who will perform really well. For them, if you give promotions only based on the seniority, those juniors will morale will be what we can say, morale come down, right? So because of that reason, no, and this is a strong argument for that no. And this is a strong argument for that no. So here our answer becomes only second argument is a strong one. Only the second argument is the strong argument for us here. First one is not a strong argument for us. Okay, next. Should slum dwellers be provided free houses in big cities and metropolises? Okay, slum dwellers should be given free houses in the big cities or metropolises. That is the situation or statement for us. Now argument, no, most of the slum dwellers are poor and illiterate. See, yes, no, that is secondary. For no, he is telling no, okay. The reason for that no is what? Most of the slum dwellers are poor and illiterate. Is this correct or wrong? Most of the slum dwellers are poor and illiterate. For time being, we will put that aside. We will have a question of doubt here, we will put it. Yes, providing food and shelter to every citizen is the responsibility of any welfare state. This is yes, providing, and this one is a perfect one. There is no doubt in that. We will mark that as now tell me the first one. No, most of the slum dwellers are poor and illiterate. Yes, this is correct. Most of the slum dwellers are, by saying that as this is correct sir, we can mark no. It is not. First, we should also consider the given situation also. They are providing the free houses. The reason behind that is what? They are poor. Why they are providing the free houses? The reason behind that. What is the reason behind providing free houses? They are poor. Now, saying once again the same reason, you are rejecting it. How it is possible? So actually this argument may be strong, but this is completely against to my given statement. That is the reason it is going wrong. Understood, students? Yes, this argument is strong argument only. Actually speaking, it is a yes, most of the slum dwellers are poor and illiterates. Yes, it is 100% correct. But at the same time, as they are poor, that is the reason we are providing them the houses, right? So this is completely against to my given statement. That is the reason it is going wrong. So here only second one is correct argument for the given statement. Second one is correct argument for the given statement. Understood, students? Don't get confused by seeing this. This is how the statement and arguments you should be thinking. First one is whether it is weak or strong, and next one is make sure that it should support our given statement. Okay, next one. Should government stop spending huge amounts of money on international sports? Okay. Should the government stop huge amount on international sports? That is the situation for us here. Now tell me whether the government should stop or should increase. Yes, this money can be utilized for upliftment of the poor. See, only by stopping, and once again the same criteria how we have seen in the last one. Yes, we can use that money for upliftment. You may think that is a strong, but only by stopping this can we uplift this one. There are many other choices, right? Why only with this money? There is some other things also. So because of that reason it went wrong. Next, no sports person will be frustrated and will not get international exposure. Yes. See, if international sports are banned in our country, take for example, how they will get the exposure to the international people? It is practically not possible, right? So definitely we should spend more money on all the sports. Okay. So that they will get the international exposure. So the second one is correct for us. So here only second argument is following for me. Only the second argument is following for me. Next, should government freeze pay scales and salary to all private and public sector and its own employees to contain inflation? Okay. That means to reduce the inflation or to tackle the inflation, should the government freeze pay scales and salary of all private and public sectors? That is the statement for us. Argument, yes, all over the world this is considered as a sure way to contain inflation. This is the first one. Yes, all over the world they are thinking that this is the sure way of the contention. Next, no, the government should control market forces to keep check on the prices. Now see here students, all over the world it is considered as the sure way to contain the inflation. So most of all over the world they are thinking, so yes, that might be a reason we can contain. And next one, for no also they given a strong one only. See, no, the government should control market forces to keep check on the prices. At the same time government should also check on the market prices, right? So here both the arguments are strong for me here. Both 1 and 2 are the strong arguments for us here. Both 1 and 2 are the strong arguments for us here. Okay, there is no weak argument here. Both are strong only here. Both are the strong arguments for us here. Next one. See here, should students' union in universities be abolished? Student unions in universities should be abolished. That is the situation. Now, yes, students can pay full attention on their career development by banning the student unions. How they can focus more on their career? It is a vague argument, right? It is a vague argument. So that is wrong. No, all the great leaders had been students union leaders. Okay. All the great leaders had been students union leaders. That is the given thing. But what happens here is, this is also wrong. Why sir? Why sir? Why it is wrong? Actually in general you may think that yes, that is correct, right? Why? What is the reason means? Here they use the word all. See, whenever there is a special words like this, all, only, these are special words. How you can tell that all the great leaders are earlier student union leaders? It is not like that, right? Yes, there will be at least 1 or 2. I am not saying yes, 90% of great leaders can be student union leaders. There is no doubt in that. But there will be at least 10% of great leaders who are not a student union leader, right? So, but they are telling that here all are the same. So, because of that reason, this one also went wrong. So, here neither the arguments are strong. Once again I am repeating, yes, no is not our answer. Here how strongly you are telling the argument is very, very important. That is the actual context for us here. Okay. Yes, no is not our answer. Next one. Should the government levy tax on agriculture income also? So, what they are asking is, should the government impose tax on agriculture income also? First one, yes, that is the only way to fill government offers. This is offer, students. This is the only way to fill government offers. Is that the only way? But means just by imposing taxes on farmers, Is that the only way? Only way. Once again, similar to our that one. It might be a way, but is that the only way? No. So that is wrong. Next, no, 80% of our population live in rural areas. 80% of our population lives in rural areas. Is it any? Yes, in general 80% of the people, yes, I will accept it, and that is an accepted truth. But what is telling is that a strong argument based on the given one? They are asking us about the agriculture income and tax on agriculture income. 80% of our population lives in rural area means, if they speaks about, for example, 80% of our population depends on agriculture, rural area agriculture or small agriculture, small scale agriculture, like that if they have mentioned, it might be true. It might be true. But here they are saying that 80% of our population live in rural areas. Is that a strong one? No, this one is not a strong one. So our answer here becomes neither nor. Neither the arguments are strong for us here. Neither the arguments are strong for us here. Next one. Should there be capital punishment for those who are found guilty on rape charges? This is one of the major day-to-day issue which we will see. They are telling that should there be capital punishment for those who are found guilty of rape charges. Now first, yes, no is not our answer. Once again I am telling, this is the only way to eliminate such atrocities on women. Once again, this is the only way. Is that the only way? No, there are multiple ways, but this is not the only way. What are the multiple ways means? In general, what we can say? By creating the public awareness, okay, by increasing the what we can say, by increasing employment. Yes, because of all these reasons only these things are happening. Okay, literacy rate and all. There are many other ways to reduce this. Is punishing only the way? No, it is not only the way. That is the reason that went wrong. Okay, don't judge by saying yes, no. Yes, punishment should be there, but how strongly we are telling that one means they are telling that this is the only way. Is that the only way? No. Next, no, this will lead to more violence as culprits may even kill the rape victims. Now tell me, is that a strong argument or a weak argument? Yes, no, forget about yes, no. But please tell me, is this a strong argument or not? No, this will lead more violence as culprits may even kill the rape victims. Yes, that is a strong argument here. Yes, that is a strong argument here. On this context, yes, they may even kill the rape victims. Why? Because if they start identifying them and if they give you the capital punishment, so the next thing what is, just to hide their identity, they may even kill the rape victims also. So that is the reason here no is a correct argument, is a strong argument. The reason for no is a strong one here. So because of that reason, here our answer becomes only second argument is a correct argument. These type of questions, this is the area where most of the students will go with their personal emotions and they will mark the answer as yes. They will predeterminedly fix the answer as yes only, and they will write the answer also yes. And for time being, even though they say yes, that is not a strong argument, they may close it. But when it comes to no, they will never accept. I mean, we, not only you, everyone will not accept that no is not an answer which we expect usually. By thinking in that manner, they will mark neither. Either they will say your answer might be neither or only one. But they will never think about this answer that only the second argument is correct. Only the second argument is correct. Here we are not going to judge or we are not going to decide what is yes or no. The only thing which we are going to see is, if you say yes, how strongly you are saying yes. If you say no, how strongly you are saying no. Please try to understand the concept. That is very, very important, students. Okay, that is very, very important for the statement and arguments. Next, why? Because this yes and no may be different, have different perspectives. Few people may say yes, few people may say no. But how strongly they are saying yes and no, that is very, very important for us. Okay, next one. If they give some other reason for this, yes, we might write that as our answer. But the reason which they have given here is, that is a weak one. Next one. Should there be complete ban on use of pesticides in agricultural sector? They are asking that should there be complete ban on pesticides in the agriculture sector? First, yes, this is the only way. Once again I am telling, this is the only way to save the underground water from getting polluted with such dangerous chemical. Is that the only way? No, that is not the only way. That will go wrong. Next, no, this will adversely affect the agriculture production. Yes, that is correct, right? It will adversely affect the agriculture. See, recently our neighboring country Sri Lanka had made this ban, right? In coffee plantation and tea plantations, they made this ban on pesticides. Because of that reason, suddenly their economic growth has fallen down, and even economic crisis has started in that country. We all know it very well. That is a realistic example which we can see. So we cannot ban it on a sudden basis and completely. It may affect our agriculture production. Yes, that is correct. So here only second one is correct. Only the second argument is a strong argument for us here. The second argument is a strong argument for us here. You should be very careful in this statement arguments and statement assumptions, statement conclusion, students. Our personal perspectives should not come into these cases. We should see it as a question and how we need to approach. Statement arguments means only one thing. If you say yes and no, how strongly you are saying yes and no. That is the matter. That matters here. Not yes or no. Okay. Next one. Should Indian scientists working abroad be called back to India? Should we call back to India? That is the first one. Yes, they must serve the motherland first and forget about discoveries, honors, facilities and all. Yes, it might be the answer, but the reason behind that they given for us is a completely wrong. Forget about the discoveries, honors and facilities at all. That is completely a wrong or vague argument here. Next, no, we have enough talent, let them stay where they want. Okay, no, we have enough talent, let them stay where they want. See, here we are giving them an option. If they want to stay, they can stay, or if they want to come back, they can come back. Here we are giving them an option, right? So here, this is correct for us. So here only second argument is strong for us. We have enough talent, let them stay wherever they want. That is the correct one. Okay, next. Should the habit of late coming in education institutions be checked? Should we check that or not? No, until it affects the work. It is not a strong argument. Next, yes, discipline must be maintained. Yes, discipline must be maintained. That is the reason we should definitely check the late coming one. Okay. So here also only second argument is strong for us. Only second argument is strong for us here. Next one. Should we scrap the public distribution scheme in India? Should we scrap the public, that means public distribution scheme, PDS. We all know rice, wheat and all these things will be given. Yes, productivity is over. Everyone must get the bread on his or her own. So that is wrong in this context. Okay, everyone should earn. Means there might be some situations where some people cannot be able to earn that much what they can usually have to do. So because of that reason, that is gone wrong. Yes, the poor do not get any benefit because of corruption. See, this one is also not a strong argument here. See, if you want to provide them, yes, you should not stop the public distribution scheme. Instead of that, you should concentrate on the corruption on this one, not on the public distribution. Just by saying that the corruption is happening, we should stop this public distribution scheme, that is a vague argument. So yes, you should provide public distribution. If you want to avoid the corruption, you should focus more on where the corruption is happening and you should take the necessary measures on the corruption. Okay, you should not stop it. So here, no argument is a strong argument here. Neither the arguments are strong here. Next, should central government open well-equipped hospitals for every subdivision of every district. That is the question. Yes, health and well-being of every citizen is the primary responsibility of the government. Yes, that is a strong argument. That is the primary one, right? So that is correct. Next, no, it is not possible. Society must come forward to help the government. That is not a strong argument for us here. So here only the first argument is a strong one. So if you see these type of questions, actually they are very simple. Straightforward and strong arguments are also given for us. Okay. So see the next one. Does India need so many plans for development? Yes, this is the question for us. Yes, nothing can be achieved without proper planning. Yes, that is correct, right? So that is a strong argument for me. No, too much time, money and energy is wasted on planning. Is that a correct one? See, it might be a chance, but that is not a strong argument here. So because of that reason, here our answer becomes only 1. Here our answer becomes only 1 for us. Here our answer becomes only 1. Okay, only 1 will be our answer here. Next one. Should cutting of trees be banned together? That is the argument which they given for me. Yes, it is very much necessary to do to restore the ecological balance. Okay, no, a total ban would harm the timber based industries. See, first one, yes, that is a strong argument. Yes, it is very much necessary to do so to restore the ecological balance. That is a strong one. There is no doubt in that. That is a strong argument. Next, no, a total ban would harm the timber based industries. That is also a correct one, right? So both are strong here. Both are strong. Please be careful. Don't go with yes and no. Once again I am repeating, there can be both strong and both weak also. So here both are strong. If we put a total ban, why I am telling it is a strong one means they are telling a total ban would harm the timber based industries. Yes, definitely it will harm that, right? So here both are strong arguments for us. Both arguments are stronger arguments for us. Next, see the next option set, students. So neither strong is deleted now. Neither strong is not at all there for the next question. So based on these options also we can choose wisely. So neither strong is not at all. So definitely either both will be strong, either 1 or 2 or both first or second will be strong arguments for us here. Now, should high chimneys be installed in industries? Should high chimneys be installed in industries? That is the question. Yes, it reduces pollution at ground level. Okay, for time being we will see next. No, it increases pollution in upper atmosphere. See, you should not increase, you should not leave it in lower atmospheres and upper atmospheres. So where the things should go? Yes, it reduces pollution at ground level. They are not speaking about pollutions on the upper environment. So this is a strong argument, that is correct. No, it increases pollution in upper environment. So this one is also a strong one only, right? Both are strong here. Both the things are strong for me here. So here both are strong. Both the arguments are strong. Both the arguments are strong. Next, should there be only one rate of interest for term deposit of varying durations in banks? They are asking only one rate of interest should be there and where varying durations in the bank. That means based on the duration, now the rate of interest will vary. That is the policy. Should they be changed? No, people will refrain from keeping money for longer duration, resulting into reduction of liquidity at bank. Yes. See here students, if I say that if you invest for 5 years 10% returns and if you invest for 20 years also 10% returns, which one you will choose? 5 years 10%, right? So that means longer durations will be reduced. So yes, no, people will refrain. Yes, that is a correct one. Strong argument. That is a strong argument. Next, yes, this will must be simple for the common people and they may be encouraged to keep more money in the banks. So this one is not the reason. This is not a strong reason for that. So here our answer becomes only 1. Only 1 will be our answer for this one. Our answer will be only 1. Next one. Should the prestigious people be met with special treatment by law if they have committed crime unknowingly? Arguments, yes, because the prestigious people do not commit the crime intentionally. That is completely wrong. No, it is our policy that everybody is equal before the law. Yes, that is the strong argument. Our policy is there, everyone is equal before law. That is the reason there should be no privileges for any, what we can say, prestigious people. Next, should all the utility services be immediately brought under essential services to avoid frequent agitation and strikes by the employees? They are telling that just to avoid that, we should bring everything into the essential services. Why? Because in our country, essential services should not go into strike, like police department, revenue department. There are some departments, medical department, they should never go into strike. Right? Now, arguments. No, otherwise how the employees may voice their grievance and demands? Yes, that is a strong argument. Next, yes, the employees are becoming more and more greedy and they take the general public for ride by striking. Yes, this one is also a strong argument, actually speaking. So here our answer becomes both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2 are strong argument here. Yes, some people really are misusing this striking power. So that is the reason. So here both are correct. Both the things are correct. If we make it a ban, it will definitely suppress the employees, what we can say, rights and all those things. If you say yes, yes, for yes also they given a strong reason. Some employees are becoming more and more greedy and they take the general public for ride by striking work. Okay, so both are strong here for us. Next one. Should the tuition fees in all the postgraduate courses be hiked considerably? Should we increase the price considerably? Yes, this will bring in some sense of seriousness among the students and will improve the quality. Just by increasing the tuition fees, how it will increase the seriousness in the students? It is a wrong argument for us, not a strong one. Next, this will force the meritorious poor students to stay away from the postgraduate courses. Yes, that is correct. So here the argument is a strong argument. So our answer here becomes only second one is the strong argument for us here. Only the second one is strong argument. Next, should judiciary be independent of the executive? Should judiciary be the independent of the executive? Arguments, yes, this would help curb the unlawful activities of executives. They are telling that should judiciary be independent of executive? Yes. The reason, this would help curb the unlawful activities of the executives. Yes, that is correct. That is a strong argument. It should be independent from any executives. That means above judiciary, there should not be any person who need to guide the judiciary or who will have the powers on this judiciary. If you do so, what happens is they may do some unlawful activities by misusing their power. So that is it. No, the executive would not be able to take bold measures. If they take bold measures also, if they are correct, the judiciary will not do anything, right? When they are wrong, then obviously judiciary will interfere. So that is the reason this one is not a strong argument for me here. So here only first argument is a strong argument for me here. Only the first argument is a strong argument for me here. So this is the statement and arguments, students, and once again I am telling your answer should not be concentrated on yes or no, and your personal perspectives or interest should not be inferred here. The only thing is how strongly you are saying yes or how strongly you are saying no. That is very, very important. We will check that only, or the examiner will check that only. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. We will see a new concept in our next session. Thank you.